Good morning. Good morning. It's Jerlene and I'm live. Got out. Today is September 27th. I think it is. I think it is September 27th. I am currently standing on the corner, or not quite on the corner, but I'm standing across the street from St. Lucy's Catholic Church. I'm on Santa Fe, 23rd and Santa Fe. I am in front of the post office. So I wanted to, got out this morning, went for a walk, decided to walk here. I'm not that far from home, maybe less than a half a mile, maybe about a half a mile from home. The reason why it continues the conversation that I was having when I was walking for those 17 days straight, but then something else added to it. So again, I'm at Santa Fe. I'm in front of the Cabrillo post office. This is one of the oldest post offices, I believe, in Southern California. I think it's one of the oldest. For years, it has been conversation that this post office is going to go away. There's a little garden here that was put in place by community volunteers, being maintained by community volunteers, thank goodness, kind of maintained. But why here? So this past week, the city of Long Beach held a workshop, and the name of the workshop was the Enhanced Density Bonus Ordinance Update. I got a cheat sheet, y'all. Update, and it was a workshop I get to share information with people about this Enhanced Density Bonus Ordinance Update. And I attended only for a portion, but I wanted to share some information with people. So during the conversation when I was talking about the West Side Promise, and during that time, the document that was released by the city of Long Beach, it had addresses listed of potential, future opportunities for development. Well, this property here that I'm standing on was one of the addresses that was on the city's documentation. So in that documentation, the West Side Promise, multiple properties along Santa Fe have been listed for this future opportunities for development. So what does that mean? More development, more housing, whatever. Well, a few years back, Santa Fe and Willow was rezoned. I don't know exactly what it was rezoned to because I haven't got that far in my research. But what is the result of that is now seeing Santa Fe Avenue on these various listings of potential development. Hence comes this Enhanced Density Bonus Ordinance Update. So the city of Long Beach held a workshop. And at this workshop, it was supposed to be, and I'm basically going to read directly off the documentation from the city of Long Beach. Existing Enhanced Density Bonus Ordinance. On June 17th, 2021, the city of Long Beach adopted an Enhanced Density Bonus Ordinance to encourage mixed income and multi-family development. Okay, the city of Long Beach. So this exceeding the state's density bonus, the ordinance offered incentives for projects that incorporate on-site deed-restricted low, or moderate income housing units. The EDB ordinance was also adopted to support compliance with the sixth cycle regional housing needs assessment. I don't know what that is, which requires a city to, here it says what it is, requires a city to meet a projected housing demand of 26,500 into housing units by 2029. The current ordinance assumed eligible projects would mainly occur near major transit stops, community centers, and along major corridors, as already designated by the land use element place types. Now, going back to Santa Fe being rezoned. Santa Fe was rezoned a few years ago. Don't exactly rezoned, but whatever it did, it made it eligible for enhanced development, right? So this property that I'm on right now was listed on a document produced by the city of future development. Now, if you go to the maps that are listed in the city's, this little project, the Santa Fe corridor is lit up like a Christmas tree with the pretty colors, indicating that that is an area that has been selected for mixed income and multifamily development. So this bonus ordinance thing, it's not for us. It's for developers. So I'm going to continue reading. Enhanced density bonus ordinance update. The city is updating the enhanced density bonus ordinance to further encourage housing production. The ordinance update will incorporate feedback provided by community members, business owners, local developers, as well as policies in other jurisdictions. Good morning. I have a question. Do you use the post office? Not a lot of times. Okay, thank you. Just asking because I'm gonna start doing my own survey, y'all. Oh, by the way, I use this post office. I've had a post box here for about 15 years. Okay, so did y'all hear that? So this update is to include feedback from community members, business owners. Okay, it says I got a slow connection. Business owners and local developers. So that is telling me that when they voted for this in 2021, they did not include community. So right now, what they're doing, they're backdooring community in to support this. So they had this whole shindig the other night over at a city building, little nasty snacks, whole bunch of staff. I counted 11 staff members. At the time I was there was only about 18 people there. I'm sure more people came. But they're investing a lot of money into this community outreach that is being held in an area that's way, way far away from any of the communities that are being impacted, by the way. But it's not for the purpose of us. It's for them to check off a box. Now, my concern, going back to the West Side Promise and seeing the list of properties on there, that means there's conversation happening about new development on Santa Fe and Willow, and community is not involved in that conversation. Now, the city's putting out documentation, the city's holding meetings, and they're going to say, well, we told you so. But the part that I have the problem with, and going back to this meeting that took the other place, I did not see a single council office promote or talk about this. Although council districts across the entire city will be impacted by this so-called development. There was a meeting in the 5th district that was going to have the city manager for some community meeting at the same time as this was happening. And I posted something and I got a response back from the council office basically saying, well, that meeting had already been scheduled. Well, first of all, and the guest speaker had been scheduled. First of all, the city manager works for council members. It's not the other way around. So if somebody had to tell his ass that he had to reschedule or be at another meeting to be able to inform and engage with community, that's where he should have been, as well as the council offices. But going back to no one talking to us, this is a lot of information to be able to process and understand. I had to read it, go to the city's website, listen to a little bit of the meeting to be able to understand what's going on. Now, the city checkbox, when it's time, when it's time for the development to happen, and community is not informed and it begins to happen, they're going to say, we told you so. And then that means community is really not going to have any input. So anyway, my point is, people, we have to be intentional in getting information. Our council offices are not doing, council offices are supposed to be intermediaries for us, not only for our local government, but for other government agencies. So for example, specifically this property here. So I'm going to flip this around, I'm going to walk. So specifically this property here being the post office. So this property, the post office, and this property that's behind the post office are two addresses that were listed on the city's document in the West Side Promise as potential future developments. Now, for those of us who actually use this post office, I know that the local businesses in the area, especially the industrial area, they use this post office. I know, like I said, I've had a post office box for 15 years here. If it came down to a developer wanting to develop here, or the post office staying here, what do you think our political elects are going to do? Because if they are not having conversations with us, or they're allowing our community resources to be listed on a document for future development, where do you think what do you think is going to be priority for them? Are they going to intercede on our behalf to the federal government and say, no, we want our post office? Or are they going to yield to a developer? Seriously, where are their priorities? Are they hearing the needs of community? I continue what it says. Affordable housing. Affordable housing remains undersupplied in the city of Long Beach, and the city has identified need to further incentivize development and accommodate RHN targets establishing the sixth cycle, blah, blah, blah. Why do we have a lack of affordable housing? Is it because the housing that is currently available is not affordable? Or is there actually a true lack of housing in this city? Building behind me has two buildings behind me have vacant units right now. Multiple vacant buildings. You can drive through down different areas where there's been development. There's vacancies there as well. So is affordable housing, so is the housing not available, or just the affordable part? Now let's talk about affordable housing, then I need to get back to stepping and going the other direction. Every time there's an adjustment or a change in our city for different bills or whatever, that changes the affordability of our housing. So it's kind of ass backwards that we got people screaming about affordable housing, yet every time, let's give an example. The new little pushy thingy, the new little disposable, what do they call them? Food waste bins. If a property owner carries the utility bills for its tenants, and now they have to carry the cost, a new cost, in addition to the gas, refuse, now they're going to pay a fee for these food containers. That adds a cost to a landlord, to a property owner. Guess where that cost is applied? It's applied to a renter. Whenever there's a change in measures and different things that increases our property taxes, who has to pay that? The property owner has to pay that. Where do you think they apply that cost? To the renter. I don't know what the percentage is of housing that is owned by smaller companies, families, versus larger companies. I don't know that. And that's something that maybe some housing expert out there can share with me. But whether it is a larger company that's about their bottom line, that's about their income, their gross income, or if it is a small landlord, it impacts people's pockets and it has to be applied somewhere else. So throwing more housing with the assumption that it's going to resolve our affordable housing problem, I'm beginning to realize that that's a bunch of bullshit. Because they use the housing, and even if you go through some of the documentation that's recently come out, or even some of the things that come out of the words of the mouth of the mayor, where they talk about this housing has helped with our homeless problem. Has the increased housing helped with our homeless problem that we currently have? How many of those people that were homeless are now in any of these new housing projects? So anyway, bunch of questions, don't have answers. Hope other people get engaged in this conversation. We need to keep our eyes open. The enhanced bonus ordinance is not for us. It's for developers. Yet we need to make sure that we are in control of what takes place in our communities. I am not for increased density on my side of town. I posted a picture of what it looks like on my block due to the density that already exists. I'll continue this conversation. I got to get back to stepping. Jerlene, and I'm live. Topic today was enhanced density bonus ordinance update and how it connects to the West Side Promise, which I will continue because I still got to find that Shoemaker Bridge, y'all. So just stay tight for that. Anyway, have a fabulous day. Please, if you're watching this, please comment, like, share, ask questions. Like I said, I have more questions than I have answers. reach out to your elected official, ask them some questions, ask them when are they going to be stewards of their community and actually engage their communities around this effort, or around these different topics as they are elected to do. And that's it. Y'all have a fabulous day.